Yes, sir.
Comment qui va, mon champion?
Ça va super. On se lève tôt, on se couche tard. Ça va. On y arrive. Je pense qu'on fait tous ça, right? Sauver un peu de trafic, on se lève tôt, on travaille tard.
That's it. Ben, bro, bienvenue. Welcome back. Welcome back to episode number 55, Winners Wednesday. What do we discuss on Wednesdays? Wednesdays, we discuss Grant Cardone's 10X, Chapter 9. Just tell me you have it with you this time.
Yeah.
Hey, Pana.
Was my
we have Pana in the chat.
So my oldest read. My first strike, my first love. 10X.
So today, we're talking about setting massive goals and why setting small goals is shit, and why it's not good, why it's detrimental. I'm sorry, I know that was a bit. My sister told me, she's like, you have to be careful with swearing and stuff like that. She's like, you have to wash your vocabulary. I'm like, you know what, you're absolutely right. And I go watch myself sometimes. Why am I swearing? Why am I saying these things? Anyways, I don't know. Should I just be myself and just stop trying to?
You know, I have these. Like we had those talks. No, but we had those talks, and I see on other podcasts they also have these talks. I saw like the guys they're arguing, should we not? As soon as someone swears, they're like, yeah, should we keep doing it? Like I doing it in the back end, like we're doing it. Like he did it, he crossed the line. Should we keep doing it? Like in other podcasts, the guys are also asking themselves. I think it's all about like what you're targeting, what you're trying, what's your message, like who's your target, who you're trying to bring to your live, and who you're trying to interest. I feel like we're trying to have like some.
Do we want young people? Like I feel like with young people, it's fine. I feel like young people won't mind too much about swearing. If you guys are watching, can you let us know if in the chat is. If we swear, if we say like...
I don't like swearing. In my honest opinion, Jordan, I don't like swearing.
But wait,
I have kids. I have a small child.
Okay, but I still do, though. Let me just be clear. So I asked ChatGPT when I was doing the shorts and I was writing the description. In one of the shorts that I posted on TikTok, I said fuck or something. I said the F word. And I wrote in ChatGPT, I'm like, is it... can we get banned for saying the F word on a live? And it said, no problem, as long as it's not, like, there's no hateful intent behind it. Like, if you, like, in my, in the skit, I said, don't save fucking money. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I'm not being hateful towards anything. It's just like, it's a figure of speech.
I just feel like if you're eating, you're at dinner time with your kid, you're in your car, you're with your kids while listening to us, you might be annoyed and you might have to close it. If I'm with my child, in my car while listening to my favorite podcast and the guys are swearing all the time, if he slips one, okay, you know, like it's fine, like it's one strike, I guess, one strike, two strike, but I guess if it's 3, 4, 5 all the time, I guess it gets annoying also.
What do you guys think in the chat? What do you guys think? If there's like light swearing in our shows, is that okay, or would you rather we don't swear at all and we try to be on our best behaviors?
That's just like,
or if I let one rip by accident, is that okay? Like, because I really want to be myself. I don't want to try so hard to, but I kind of agree with my sister in a way. Like, you gotta be careful, not too much, you know. Like,
I have a switch, to be honest.
Saying F word, this, F word that.
It's like an executive
nice.
meeting. You're not gonna be like fuck all the whole meeting. Of course, like you could be bold and try that, but in practice,
because I love when the F word comes from a place of passion. You know what I'm trying to say? When it comes from a place of passion,
it has its place. But I would say if you use it too much, you're diluting the passion.
Okay, I could agree.
You're not passionate anymore. You're just swearing all the time, and you can't keep it for yourself. I feel like it's when you're really passionate about a subject, you might slip one in. Nobody cares. Like, but we need a counter. On a besoin d'un ding, 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 ding. Puis on les compte.
How about we have a counter and ding, ding, and every time we let an F word rip, we have to put.
We need to pay for a charity. Oh yes.
put money in the swear jar and it goes to a charity of
Here, let's go do that. Okay, so you're gonna have to do the whole count. Who's gonna do that? You're gonna have to go through.
I'm gonna have to see if I can set it up somehow with
AI,
like just by clicking a button.
Yeah.
The AI would be sick if it could just automatically count. Would be top. Hey, Mo Green, how are you, son?
Could probably do
how are you, son? Did I just say, hey, Mo Green, how are you, son? Like, no, I'm not your father. How are you, sir? How are you, sir? Is what I wanted to say.
The beer is strong tonight. The beer is strong.
Bro, I'm not even drinking a beer. I'm drinking a coffee, bro.
The espresso is like
I have no excuse.
Level.
Yeah, oh my God. Let's get it. Let's get right into it, man. Hey, I see that I have two people watching on Insta. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching. If you guys could go to our YouTube and watch us on YouTube, or even just subscribe to our YouTube, it would be very supportive. Very, very supportive, guys.
Also, I could see your comments because on StreamYard I cannot see Instagram.
Yeah, he's a little sad. You know, Felix is a bit sad that he can't see the comments. And,
please
it's
join us on YouTube so I could see your comments and we could talk all together. Yeah, all right, let's get to it, bro. Let's get to it. One of the major reasons why people don't stick to their goals and fail to accomplish them. Why is it? Why? What is?
Because we set them way too low. Like in general, we've been told to set a bar, like with our goals, to a certain level, so that we don't get disappointed, or we feel like we feel like it's the goalpost is so far away, and we get discouraged from continuing in our pursuit of our goals. So if you ask me straight up, like he says that in the book, like, and I 100% agree. We've been told to always put attainable goals. What is an attainable goal versus a 10x goal?
It depends, right? Well, it depends. An attainable goal, you know, your grandmother is producing attainable goals like for you all the time. She wants you to get attainable goals. Your grandmother would tell you, don't work too much, don't outwork yourself. Because why? Because she saw people, you know, dying because of work, because of stuff happening.
Dies
to them,
because of work.
Well,
unless you're working in like I don't know.
My grandmother, like I remember my grandmother telling me that story about her sister. So my grandmother's sister. I don't know how to call that, but my grandmother's sister, Charlotte, her husband, they got married. 3 years later, he got laid. He got s'est fait écraser par une machinerie, heavy machinery.
Frankly, I just want to we have a message here. Frankly, generous. Sometimes we don't want to get out of our comfort zone or scared to take a loss. I agree with that. I think that's part of the reason why we don't we're too scared to put high goals, because we don't want, like, we're scared of failure. We don't want to leave our comfort zone. He's absolutely right. I'm just going to put that up because that's a very, very G comment. It's a top G comment. This guy knows what's up.
We're scared of no's. We're scared of like people saying no to us at some point and get face adversity. So
how do you get past that? How do you get past that? I'll ask you just a quick question to you. How do you get past that? Like, what's your recipe, or what's your guys' recipe for like getting past the fear of failure, or the fear of getting out of our comfort zone? Because we know that's where the growth is from, right? We all know that.
The story of my grandmother, she got scared of work. She didn't want to work. She didn't work for her whole life. They got scared of work, like her sister and her, and they got scared of people working too hard because they got scared of getting hurt by they got getting hurt working. So as soon as I was telling my grandmother, hey, I have this, I tried this, it's going, like, we're having a lot of work, she got depressed, she got scared, she was telling me no, and she was telling my dad, tell Felix, no, not too much. I remember.
Yeah, but I feel like my grandmother was the same way.
They're like that.
It still is.
But why? Like, and I feel like the point that we just can I see that comment, George? Sometimes we don't want to get out of our comfort zone or scared to take a loss. You know, our elders are they had losses. They've seen it all, like most of the hard losses they've experienced it.
Bro,
So
our
they're
grandparents
scared
worked
for you.
harder than we could ever even imagine, that we could ever fathom. My grandmother came here with 5 kids by herself, feeding my mom and all her siblings. 5 kids with nothing in her pocket, feeding them potatoes and doing everything they can to feed the kids. And then they're gonna tell us, don't work too hard. I guess maybe they feel like because they did it, that they want us to have a more chill life. Maybe
they know what it does to the body at some point. So and you know why we have this set of like podcasts the way it's set right now? Like we have Marketing Monday. Why? Because marketing is giving you wings. You don't walk when you have good marketing. You fly. Your message flies. It doesn't walk anymore. Okay, so we start with marketing, then we get organized because clients are knocking at the door. Then on Wednesday, we talk about 10x because you need bigger goals. After all these things, like getting organized, getting like at the end of the week, what do? You need bigger goals, like for yourself, for your family, for even if your mom told you, even if your grandmother told you, even if you saw people around you setting that bar like that up, you need to set something like that's out of this planet, just like the giants of this world are doing. They obviously didn't set the bar where their parents was setting it for them. Like obviously, it's comprendre.
I honestly think it's because of that, because they suffered and they just want us to be happy and chill. But the guys like you and I and a lot of people that are watching us, they want more. They want more than from their life, right? That's why they're watching us, because they want to get in we all want to level up together. We all want to get in the same frame of mind, right? And we understand that we need to get out of our comfort zone. We can't live under that, the average. We talk about all the time, like being average won't get us anywhere. And then we have those unexpected expenses that come up, and then we can't. Our car breaks down, for example. Like you're just living just paycheck to paycheck. Like at the end of the day,
you have to set something like more than like a bank account aside, like more than one cash flow for yourself.
Yeah, guys, I just want to say thanks. Thanks for watching. I see we have a few viewers in YouTube. I just want to say thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys don't mind just hitting the subscribe and the like, it helps the algorithm. It helps us. And
we're here every day.
Comment, like, it helps the algorithm, guys.
We're here every day.
We'd like everybody to come in and
Monday
participate
to Friday.
And help steer the conversation. We have another message here by Mr. Franklin. Mr.
Frankly generous. How much time per day is a healthy amount to be spending thinking about finances and making more money? That's
a good question, man. Yeah. I think
how much is too much? Should we prioritize always wanting more, enjoying what we already have? Well, I would say, like, and we talk about this a lot, it's about your it's all about your commitments and what you've set yourself in life in terms of commitment. And we're going to be talking about it today. Jord has a great example from the book about this. But it's all like, for me, it's like I decided to build a family. For some other people, I know very like the giants of this world, the sports giants of this world. They sacrificed a lot of things to become what they've became. So it's all about your commitment, what you've been built, and inside what you're like. It's intuition. You have to follow it.
I just want to give my take on that question. I think, I don't know what your age is, frankly, but I believe that when you're younger, you could take more stress on your shoulders. you're 20, 30-year-old, and you're tougher, you're stronger, and that's the window to stress about those things, I think. Because when you're older, you don't want to stress about those things. You don't want to. You want to be good in the future. You want to be good when you're older. When you're younger, now we have the energy, we have the strength, we have the ability to take the risk. To I've taken risks and I've lost money in certain things, and I wouldn't have taken those risks if I was older. But taking those risks also led to some good investments. Some good things happened. Good things came in. Lessons are being learned. And all those things. So I think that as a young person, my personal opinion, how my frame of mind is it's better to do it now that we're young. Think about it most of your day. That's how I do it. I think about it almost all day. I'm always looking to find new ways to increase my revenue, and that's my priority in my life right now. It's that, because I want to be
my wife,
like
me and my
good
wife
in the
also,
future.
Me and my wife also, like, it's. I was thinking, like, even at night, even like bedtime, like, we're talking. Hey, I don't know. It's something that's built. I feel like if it's built in also in your couple, you two guys are going to be flying. If it's something that has to be separated all the time, no, don't talk about finance. Don't talk about, like, under this, after this time, and, like, we don't talk about finance. And you have this as your it could be your hobby. You might like to invest as your hobby, Bitcoin, whatever you might like. Or if it's your passion and you're investing and you're talking about, like, crypto all the time to all your friends, you, like, at some point, yes, like, you're gonna need to, like, have you're gonna need to think about your lifestyle. I've seen a very popular social media account. I don't know if it's on Instagram, whatever. I've seen a guy. He sold his house a couple years ago when Bitcoin went down. He sold. Everybody told him, "You're crazy. What are you doing?" He sold his house to buy Bitcoin when Bitcoin went very low. I think it was 2020 or something like that, 2019, or he bought it low. And look at him right now. And his social media account is just like, I know it's pure luck.
Yeah, but I would never, like, I would never give that advice to anybody. But
if you're passionate
sell
about
all
it,
your
if
stuff,
you know what you're doing, and if you're committed, my point is here. I'm not saying, I'm not a big crypto guy. I'm really not on crypto, guys. This was not a crypto advice, by the way. This was just a story I've seen on the internet. I thought it was pretty inspiring, because the guy really believed in his data that he captured, and that he entered in his system. He saw a breach. He saw his opportunity there. And for you and I, or for most people, where we don't have time to study Bitcoin that much, we don't know. Like, and for us, it's not privileged information. I'm starting to like Felix more and more. This guy, bro. But it's true.
Like, I wonder why, Mr. Bitcoin.
All information is good information, but it's like you can't have all it. You can't have it all. You can't have it all. You're gonna have to choose. You can't just, like, watch all the seminars and follow all the courses and just go for all of it. You're gonna have to choose for something and really dominate it, and think about, like, eating everyone else.
Look, I'm sure you did as I did. We invested in Bitcoin. We didn't know much about it. Actually, it was, what's funny enough, Mr. Bitcoin Futures in the chat is the one who got me started into this a long time ago. We go way back, me and Mr. Futures, and he's the one who got me started into it.
We go way too.
I didn't know much. I didn't know much about it. And, like, you just hear a buzz everywhere, so you just kind of FOMO in. You just invest because everybody's doing it, even though you don't know much about it. For me, I personally like real estate, right? You know this. That's my favorite investment. I think it's the safest with regard to the ratio of, like, safe to, how much money you could make from it, both like cash flow and equity. But yeah, for sure, man. Like that guy who sold his house and that guy got lucky. Like, bro, how? No matter all that, you can have all the data in the world, bro. Like,
no, but bro, like when I mean data, like, listen, you and me, our problem with crypto, I went too small. Why did I go small? I was scared. Why was I scared? I didn't really understand crypto. And the money I invested with one of our friend, it went to shit. And not only it went to shit, I lost all my money. I didn't care really about the money that I have lost because it was invested money. So it's like, it's at that point it's garbage money because it's really like bad investment, right? Your friend tells you, hey, invest in my
we've all
crypto.
been there.
It's more about like really encouraging them, right? Yeah. Like it's scared to take a loss. I was scared to take a big loss, like out of money I was not ready to lose. So I invested money I was just ready to trash. I just invested $500. I lost it all. So afterwards, I was even more pesky, and I was like, "Hey, no, I'm a wait before I invest another trash 500. I'm just gonna go with like $50, 100 there and 100 there, 200. I invested in Tesla, 500 there. Not a lot. And I lost it all because it crashed during the time I invested during the time it was super high. That's how not knowledgeable I was. I kept it. Now I made it back, so everything's fine. Story's good, but I was not committed to learn. So
you were buying those NFTs. I don't know, how are they doing your NFTs? I always looked at NFTs like, bro, I didn't understand them. I didn't understand. I'm not gonna talk about them because I didn't understand them. I just looked at it. I'm like, NFT could be good technology. The like like the technology of NFTs could be good. But
anything you invest in, you need to
digital
go
art. I was like, bro, what are these monkeys I'm paying fucking 100K for? But for me, like
the guys who
I just want to touch on. I just want to touch on.
Yeah, sorry. I just want to say the guys who did money on NFTs, they went big. They bought a lot of cheap NFTs. They sold it for a little more. They went big because they knew what they were doing. So some people would argue my investment was bad, and some other people would say, yeah, it was bad because you didn't have a system. You didn't do it properly, dude. Like, what did you do? This was a good, like, some good knowledgeable person in the NFT section would say, okay, yeah, you did well for this investment, but that was a bad investment. And just because I didn't know about it. But if you go big in something, you're gonna learn fast. So that's what I just wanted to say that you need to go big in something. If and it doesn't have to cost you a lot. Going big means going full-fledged on energy, trying to learn, like buying a little seminar, like saving a little money, buying the $1,000 seminar
to get a skill, to sharpen a skill and go all in on that skill.
Yes.
So you're not suggesting like diversify.
If you can't 10x on money right now, 10x on skills, 10x on books reading, like buy books, bro. It's $19 on Amazon.
I've been wanting to interject on that comment. Scared to take a loss. That's the reason that made me jump and made me go take risks. As soon as I started feeling scared, that was my cue. Go for it. And I always look back to that quote from The Godfather. You know, when what was his name in The Godfather? He says, when you're scared to jump, that's exactly when you jump. And I keep thinking about that. Whenever I get scared of something, I fucking jump because I'm like, this is what happens. This is how greatness starts, right? And it starts now, like when I'm scared. And yeah, I've lost money. I've jumped and I've lost some money, but I've also made money on other investments. And if you keep doing that over time, like you're gonna learn. You're gonna losing money is not a bad thing if you learn.
Oh, I lost money to learn, and I was happy afterwards because I knew what to tweak.
Exactly. And you wouldn't have known to get to that secret formula if you didn't make those losses. So I look at it like that. I lose money, no problem. I didn't lose anything. I gained knowledge. I paid for knowledge.
Yes.
And that makes me not scared. That makes me want to jump.
R&D.
Exactly. You gotta make mistakes.
But you only get. I feel like I want to say that I feel you only get to that creative point if you go big enough. You won't. You will stop doing what you're doing. If it's Call of Duty and you're a streamer, I've seen streamers with like me watching and like 2 or 3 other guys. At the beginning of the pandemic, we had nothing to do. We were watching we were watching other people play games. I don't know if people are still doing that. I don't know if it's still
on Twitch, of course. Of course, people go on Twitch and they watch video games, and it's getting bigger and bigger.
I don't have time for that, but I was just like it reminded me of me when I was just child. I was sitting in the, on était dans le salon tous les amis, puis je regardais le monde jouer, puis I felt the same way during the pandemic. We couldn't go out, so I was just watching people play, and some of
those guys
people,
were banking.
Yeah, bro, these guys made money. So it's all up right now more than ever. This is the era that we could say this with confidence. I could say this with total confidence. You could have like nothing right now, just the stuff that you have right in front of you, and go 10x just on energy and goal setting. It will manifest, because
I like what you said about going 10x on skills. I like that. So if you look at it if you look at your investment like that, you look at it as a learning lesson. I like to look at it like that, because you're not looking at it as like, oh, I might lose this money. Like, I really like that you said that you should. That's amazing advice. 10x on your skills. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah. I think that's the first part. I did that.
Bro, that's why we're here, aren't we?
That's why we're here. That's why we're here. That's what I was about to say. I bought these books and we started on Discord. You remember, we were waking up early. I was waking up earlier.
You grow and learn by trying. If you don't do shit, you never grow and never learn.
I didn't see it.
You have to have a hustler mentality and see financial opportunities as they arrive every day. Of course, bro, because before you know it, you don't want to be, 70, 80 years old and you're looking back like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. It's the worst. It's me. It's my biggest fear is regretting shit. And that's another thing that helps me take those risks, is that I don't want to be that 80. We only have one life to live. So what? You lose money. So what? So fucking what? You want to play it safe and live your day-to-day life that you're currently not happy with, probably.
Not only that, but who gets excited over realistic goals? Like, let's be real.
Okay,
right.
I'll keep it realistic. I'll keep it to 75,000 a year. Yeah. Keep it realistic.
Of course it's realistic, but it's not exciting. It's not driving. You're going to be bored out of your brain.
Yeah.
4 years from now. And
well, wait, hold on.
Industry would have changed.
But like it's okay to want to have it's okay to want to go down the path of having working in a corporate environment and getting a good salary, because you could always aim for a higher salary, for a promotion.
But you can't stay there.
No, you can't stay there for sure. Like, it's great to have, I have 75K
75K is a great goal if you have nothing right now.
And also another thing he says, Grant Cardone says in the chapter is to link those goals with a greater purpose. Like, he brings up an example, like, I want $100 million so I could help my church, so I could donate to my church. So it's just that gives that extra kick, like you need that. We need purpose. We're all humans. We need a purpose. Sometimes money is just not enough.
Not only that, but let me tell you, like, we were talking about skills. When we started Uninet, the original story, if you go back a couple Fridays ago, a couple podcasts ago, when we had Kev on the live, we were saying that the original goal, because we were at zero, right? When we started, we scribbled down, okay, we need a company now because we have a big quote to do for, I won't say the contract, but it was big. It was a lead building. So they need, we had no company. We went for a quote for a lead building, maintenance every month, something like $8,000 a month. and we had nothing. So talking about big goals, okay, big goals setting, we had nothing. And at that point, me and Kev, we would have been content with 50K each. So I was like, hey, we have nothing. We're just going to be working, you and me. So if we make $100,000 this year, it's 10x, right? Because we have nothing right now. 100K is 10x. I said that. We made 225K. How? I didn't see that. My accountant told me at the end of the year, it's like, yeah, 225, you owe this to the government. I was like, how is that possible? Because the money went on like so fast. Why? I didn't know what it took to get from 0 to 100K in that field, and that I was just committed. I was like,
Jo says, Jo has a reminder for us. Just a reminder: $500 to 1 million is only 11 flips, bro. Okay, I'll put the 500. Are you gonna let me know what to invest in? I know nothing about crypto, bro. I know it's possible. I know it's been done, but
it's good sometimes to know nothing.
I wouldn't mind gambling $500 to try to flip it a couple times. So you lose like that. That's one of those bets where like, okay, you lose it. Or would you say like, should I do 5 different bets at 100, 100, 100 to invest in like these really deep like coins, like these really like small coins?
I like what I can control.
Hey, what's your what I can control. What's your YouTube channel? What's your YouTube channel? I'll follow it. We'll give it a follow and we'll shut you out.
Yeah, we need to go. He told us that he was starting his channel, right? We were supposed to start something. We need to go check that out. But for me, I like what I can control. So I started businesses that I was able to like bootstrap from my backyard, from my garage, from what I was controlling and from what I was owning right now. And we have sales firepower. And I have a lot of trust on that. I know I could sell like anything. So that's my problem, because sometimes I would sell something that I can't even deliver right now, but I've read somewhere that it doesn't really matter, because you're gonna find your brain is gonna find the solution. You need bigger problems. That's your problem right now. For most of us, I'm talking about myself too. We need bigger problems. I need bigger problems. I'm out here doing this podcast asking for bigger problems. You know, like big contracts are always big problems because you need more employees, you need more equipment, you need money to finance the paychecks at the beginning, because you're going to be 30 days net. So your client is not going to pay you right away. So you're going to have to pay your guys right away. Yeah, you will. Exactly, Frankie. You're going to find a solution.
If you guys read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he says a quote in there that I like very much. He says, you know, if something costs too much money, something that you want costs too much money, don't say I can't afford it. Say, how can I afford it? I think that was in Rich Dad Poor Dad. How can I afford it? Kiyosaki, Bitcoin. And because it opens your minds. Like the same thing you were just saying now. It's like you want bigger problems because your mind's going to open up to more solutions, and you're going to connect the dots. You know, when you start something the first couple of days, you're like I don't know what I'm doing. It's like us with this podcast. We don't know what you're doing. And then like months go by and dots start connecting, all because you just jumped and you just, you just put one foot in forward, And another quote that I like very much, it's, I don't see my next destination. Do you see your next step? Yeah. Okay. Start with that, and you always know what your next step is, and just take one foot in front of the other. And then like, I love in my personal experience, like you just see these dots just start connecting in your head. And it just leads on to more and more things.
They say, especially like sports, these guys who are doing sports, they're talking about like that tunnel vision. You get tunnel vision. You see it right there. You see you're going to win. I saw I was going to win. They say that. Yeah. I could tell I was going to win. Like I knew it. How? I just knew I was going to win. These guys, they know it. They get tunnel vision. You need to get that tunnel vision for yourself and be like, hey, this thing is actually possible. I could actually figure this out. This is a nice, and life is all about puzzles. You're going to be rewarded for puzzles. I don't understand Bitcoin, but I know that you get rewarded for puzzle solving. That's all I need to know about Bitcoin.
That's a good point. Yep.
It's the same thing for life, bro. So if you're out there trying to solve problems for your commercial clients, industrial clients, and residential clients, think about problem solving.
Yep.
You're going to be making money.
Yep. Because you're paid for the problems that you could solve on a daily basis.
That's the value that you could bring.
And the better your skill is, the less people that are doing that, the more you could ask for. Right? That's why certain professions pay more, because there's less people doing it and it requires more skill.
That's why skill building and 10x skill, but that's why, doing a little bit of this is incremental. What we're doing on this podcast, we're like 45 minutes, 1 hour a night, me and Jord and you guys doing a little bit of incremental skill building. And that's, for me, like me and Jordan at the beginning, we were like, okay, we could do this once a week. Once a week is not enough. Once a week on what? One topic? I have like 5 topics I want to talk about. So let's go 5 days a week and talk about all the topics and just go on. You need that. If you don't have cash right now to invest in something, you need that fat and muscle to your brain, so you're able to attack the marketplace as soon as you can. As soon as you're out there selling something to someone, you have that good information that's right there ready to bust. And that's money, my friend. That's money. That's why you need to write your goal. That's why you need to write your goal down every day, so you know exactly what your goals are. When you meet that person, you know exactly what you're out there aiming for.
It's part of manifesting. We all know that manifesting works. And writing your goals twice a day, even once. I know it's a lot, but we're talking about 10x. You gotta take the action. Once in the morning, as soon as you wake up, and then at night before bed, write them down. Write them down every day. Write it down. 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 What do you think happens to your brain after every single day writing that down? Writing your goals down in your brain. And
what do you want? Like real goals. What do you want? $1 million home? Write it down. I have a full book here. I don't have it close. It's in my. I have a full book here and most of the. You know what's crazy about these goals? These goals were so unattainable for me. The people that know me best, les gens qui me connaissent vraiment, tu sais, Nico Page, les gens qui sont ici, some people really know me. Some of these goals were so unattainable for me at some point in my life. I had to write them down because that was the only place where these goals would be living. Otherwise,
I'm curious.
Because even in my brain, I was not believing that. I wrote my goals down, but I was not even believing at the beginning when I wrote them down.
100%. It's a superpower. And I'm just curious if you guys in the chat, if you guys could write yay or nay, if you guys are writing down your goals every day or once a week, or how often are you writing them down?
Yeah, Mr. Bitcoin.
Yes, I love whiteboards, man. I love marker and whiteboard. It's therapeutic. It's like the way the marker glides on the, and I see you have one behind you there. It's so therapeutic. It's fun. Yeah, it is. And then you smell it. On a more serious note, I just love the way it's colorful. It glides nicely and it smells nice. And it's in your face every day. That's the beauty of it.
If you don't try it and learn and make mistakes, you don't grow. I love this. Yeah. Honestly, like this is amazing, guys. Like this is probably one of my favorite podcasts that we did. Like out of the 56 or 55 that we did, this is probably one of my favorite goal setting.
We love when you guys. I love when they participate and they.
Bro, these guys are amazing. These insights, they're actually very good. I love it. But yeah, write your goals down every day, bro. I want to hear that story about McDonald's.
Oh yes, the one we spoke about before that I read in the book. Yeah. So in Grant Cardone's book, he talks about how aligning like your actions to your purpose. and setting goals that are attached to your purpose. And he gave the example of like when he was younger, he used to work at McDonald's and he hated it. And he says not because of the hamburgers, not because of the French fries, not because it was McDonald's, but because it wasn't aligned with his goals and his purpose. And he was working with somebody else who was his age, who loved working at McDonald's. Not because he liked the hamburgers, not because he liked working a minimum wage job, but because he wanted to own franchises of McDonald's. So he was okay with working the McDonald's job because he knew that he was going to end up owning franchises of McDonald's. And I think you have to work for a McDonald's, if I'm not mistaken, if you want to own a franchise. And he says that Grant was fired and the other guy was fired up.
That's an amazing story.
We should apply that logic. I love that story because we should apply it, I believe, in our life for the things that we want to achieve,
It applies also to what we've said at the beginning of this podcast. Like, it depends on your commitment, on what you try to build inside of you, what you have inside of you that that you could grow and build upon. It's all about your where you've been raised, your upbringing, what you're good at. You just know, just go with that. I don't know. We've been trained too much to look for the highest payday. I feel like the highest paying job. Oh yeah, after tax, and we're out there calculating stuff and looking for the highest payday. But at the end of the day, are you really doing what you love doing?
But at the end of the day, the riches are in the niches.
The riches are really in the at the bottom of your heart. You know what you could bring to the table, and this new era, this new economy, this new ways of doing business.
You say you know what you like, dude. I'm 33. I think I'm 32. Yeah, I'm turning 33 in 2 months, and I still don't know 100%. What do I like? What am I good at?
Okay,
I feel like I still don't know. I feel like a lot of people are on that same boat.
The child in you. What does the child Jordan
I want to be an astronaut.
Love to do?
I want to be an astronaut. I love space. I bought a telescope just because I love space so much. I'm looking in the telescope, looking at the stars.
So you must be fascinated at what Elon Musk is doing, going to Mars and all that stuff. So at some point, you're gonna have to figure out how you could get your piece of the pie. How could you get we're still heading there.
I wouldn't start studying
2030.
I wouldn't start studying engineering now, right?
Human to Mars 2030. That's what they say. So that's
my sister asked me on her podcast. She's like, if you had a chance to go to Mars, would you go? I said yes. But then she said, even if you die, I was like, if it's a one-way ticket to Mars, I was like, if there's a chance that I could survive and could come back, yes. So I need some hope. So I said, if you give me a 50-50 chance, you get to go to Mars, but there's a 50-50 chance that you get back, I'm going.
Are you serious?
I'm going.
Only 50-50.
50-50, I'll take it. 0% chance, nah. Because then there's no hope. I'm just gonna be there floating in space, But
I guess it would change with context, people wouldn't go to Mars if life is too good on Earth. But if it's the fan,
on Earth, but
people will die to get a ticket to Mars if these crazy movies that we saw, if really these bad scenarios happen on Earth, people would die to get a ticket to get to Mars. But right now we're talking about 50-50 and we're like, nah, I wouldn't go. 60-40, nah. You wouldn't think about the real percentage if life on Earth was at risk. You would be like, oh, there's a risk I might not make it on Earth. Okay, give me a ticket. I need to go. I don't care what's happening on Mars. I need to go. I feel like it's pure survival. That's how we're being built. So if you're aligning your goals to how you've been that's pretty much how 10x thinking works. You know, you align your goals and you just go for it. 10x mode. What does it take? What does it take me to get this business from 1 million to 10 million, then from 10 million to 100, then from 100 to a billion? These are realistic goals for some people that live on Earth. Hey, Elon Musk is worth $353 billion. The guy, not the business. The guy, just the guy. 353 billion, guys. This is insane. This is more than people like. This is more than walking on the moon for me. Like, this is real. Like, this is accomplishment. You could tell.
It's more than walking on the moon.
But bro, c'est
But
quelque chose.
the guy could go walk on the moon if
he still has a whole lifetime ahead of him. He's young.
Yep.
It's not like he's at the end of his career.
He's the type of guy. Elon Musk is the type of guy that, you know how now we look back at people like I don't know, what's his name, Albert Einstein. Who are some big guys that are still, you know, are still talked to, revolutionary guys who are still, like, we're still talked about today.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Nobody tops Musk, in my opinion, his accomplishments. So, like, we're witnessing right now history. History is going to be talking about this guy for forever.
C'est vrai. But could you be history? Could you be that guy also? Like, could we be? I'm asking that. Like, when I see this guy walking, you know, like walking the
Mr.
walk,
Bitcoin
I'm like, hey,
Mr. Bitcoin for sure loves Elon Musk. He's good for the.
I need to get my brain to that level. I need to get my brain to that. This guy, like, when I hear people saying, hey man, I have too much, my poor business is not doing so well, I have so much going on, I have marketing and social media to take care, and like, hey man, are you really serious? By the time you were trying to figure out social media, this guy went up 300 billion in value personal. Like, are you serious? Like, are you serious?
But he's an exception. Like, he's one of those guys where, like, he has all the talent in the world and he puts in the hard work.
And he has like a new government, like the government department that didn't even exist before. And
what is it called? The Department of Government Efficiency. Doge. Elon Musk created this with Trump. But they're really I'm gonna stop talking. So it never goes anywhere. Every time we talk about politics, man, it just never goes anywhere. So we're just
okay.
Leave it at that. But we'll just point out that yes, he created that department, and the coin pumped from 10 cents to 45 cents. It's crazy. Do you ever get FOMO? I stopped getting FOMO. I used to get FOMO a lot on cryptos. Like, I used to see a coin at like $2 and then see it later at like 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks. And I used to be like, but I look back and now when it happens, I don't get that FOMO anymore. Because it's like, dude, you can't see the future, man. Like,
you can't see the future
as much as you saw it at $2. I saw Binance coin at $7. I've owned some. I bought some and I sold some at $7, $8. It's at $650. Like,
but at you know, it's very interesting. Like, we talk about that, but if we intersect that with what we're like trying to talk about, you know, goal setting on crypto is hard because it's pure speculation. Let's be real. You know, I have a crypto that I showed you. It went up 400%, but I only spent $25, I think, or $50 on that crypto. So my you know, my stake is bigger. I've lost money at the beginning with this crypto, and now it's back up, and like it's back up 400%. Yay. But am I investing more now because I've lost money for the past 3 years and it was lower than that, you know, like and I've lost money most of the time. So, you know, crypto is not like right now for me, crypto is not an investment because it's something that you need to watch. You need to be like Mr. Bitcoin Future and really look what you're doing and learn, and like it's all built on your commitment.
And you need to surround yourself. You know, I think the one point that we forgot to talk about was surrounding yourself with like-minded people, driven, ambitious people.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like Bitcoin, like hang around with people who like Bitcoin. You know, like I have friends who, I don't know if they're watching right now, but I have friends who work for companies in Bitcoin and they give advice. And well, they give advice because they know me. They give you it's not inside information. It's just like because they're around it all the time. They're around the charts. They talk to people and they work in the industry. They kind of have the information before we do.
But there's also some kind of information that you get from working in your specific field.
Yeah,
and I feel
sure.
that it's so under talked and so underrated, because yes, there's crypto and crypto is big and everybody's talking about crypto, and you're out there at work trying to just focus on what you're doing and be good, just be good at what you're like working, like you're just your daily job. That's me. Like, I'm also still trying to be good at what I'm doing, and that takes up much of my time. So I like when I see these crypto masters, I'm like, hey man, like I really wish I could be that, but right now my commitment.
Oh, you're getting the FOMO for real.
I'm somewhere else, because basically I know that my information that I have right now I have some privileged information. I know where to invest my money in my field, in my industry. I know exactly where to spend my money right now, because it's been a few years. It's been a couple years now. I know the pudding. I don't know how to put it. Like, I know the pudding. I know the chemistry of the different products. So I know who's like, the new product on the market. What I don't look at the product like the front, I look at the back. I know, like, you get to the pudding of your industry, and at some point that becomes valuable information that you need to take on and invest on. So that, like, these 10x goals, they can't just be like, okay, I want to 10x my crypto wallet. Yes, it's a goal, but you need to like fix the other things. You need to fix your daily job and be good at it. So
let's ask Mr. Bitcoin. Hey, Mr. Bitcoin, question. If you want to 10x your crypto holdings, what are some what are some actions you could do right now to 10x your crypto portfolio? I'm curious. Let's ask the Bitcoin expert how they would do it.
Invest 10 times more.
What if you don't have the money? How do you get it to grow it?
Bro,
what can you do?
If you have actions? Zero, 10x zero is $10.
Is zero.
Well, it's
10x
zero, but
zero is zero.
No, but like fix your health.
Fix your health. That's good advice.
Okay.
I like that.
Thank you. So there you go. Even from the guy himself, he tells you, like, it's not all about crypto. It's about like how long could you stand on this planet Earth, and you're not gonna just be doing like investing. Like these guys who are investing afterward, they're trying to coach other people. Why? Because it's boring. You're not gonna stay in front of the computer all day. It's boring. You want to show other people why, because you want to start talking to people. We're social.
That's a
creatures.
Purpose play, though. People, like, I don't know about you, but like I love when people are interacting with us and that we say something and that people resonate with. It's a purpose thing when it comes to teaching your skill to people. Honestly, great advice again. 4 pillars of life: health, wealth, love, and happiness.
You need to work on all three, though. I've 10x my I've tried 10x my health. I would say I try, but I need to work on that. Wealth, I work on that all the time. But love, this is something that people
you tried. I'm gonna have to call you out. I'm gonna have to call BS on that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just as one of your really good friends, I'm gonna have to call you out on that.
I'm going to the gym, though. We're starting the gym. Me and my wife, we took a subscription. We're starting the gym. The baby, as soon as we could, because the baby's too young now, but as soon as he's 1 month old, so we're just gonna. And my wife, she's still recovering. As soon as the recovery is done, we're going to the gym. So,
but let me ask you, what stops you from doing push-ups in your office?
I did. No. We're doing that. I do that.
Okay.
I do a few. No. That's why I say I try. It's not really serious. What I do, I did push up this weekend. I didn't feel good.
That's good.
Just went straight to the floor. Boom, boom, boom. Started pushing. but I'm still working a lot. I work a lot. I push pulls, and like we're still like it's still November. We're still washing windows, guys. Like the season is not over for Nina. But 4 pillars of life: health, wealth, love. 10x your love, guys. 10x your love side. If you have a partner, you need to have a good partner next to you. I feel like it's important. People don't 10x their love anymore.
That's good. If you have one good solid woman who's your partner through thick and thin, and who helps you, and who you help, you're a team. There's nothing more valuable than that. Like, it's so much easier to achieve your goals with somebody, with a partner, than to do it alone. So that's it for me. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to add over there, Phil.
Écoute, on a fait le tour, man. On en a parlé pas mal.
We actually covered everything. We covered some questions. This was a nice live. This is one for the books.
I would just conclude with this. For those of you who have businesses, and because we've had a comment a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if you remember, George. There was this guy who said, I can't 10x my business because I'm in the manufacturer side of things, where with the the guy who said with the pergolas, and I just had to say that 10xing your goals in business is all about removing luck and chance and thoughts and prayers to the process of your business. So you could definitely 10x your business, because you could definitely improve all the little things, the accounting, the person that's not really doing their job, they're not really showing up at work, they're not really, all the little, all the processes in your business could be almost all automated. So you could 10x that. There's everything could be 10x. So you need to put yourself like in a position where these goals are not all about financial goals. They have to be 10x goals are not all about making millions of dollars. It's about improving your way of life, and the way you're doing business, and the way you approach others. 10xing this podcast was not about money. 10xing this podcast, the goals we were making, you and me, George, when we started this podcast, I'm gonna finish with this. It was about improving our flow, the way we were talking, the way we were looking at the camera, improving lighting, improving, all these little things. And they didn't cost anything. And we got better, incremental stuff. They all got better. At one point, the end result, you get a nice cake. You get something. You're going to get something out of it. Fix problems, guys. Fix someone's problem tomorrow. That would be a nice 10x goal for someone who's not like in the mood or not doing anything right now. Go get yourself a nice W tomorrow. Go fix yourself a problem.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks so much for participating and commenting, and appreciate you guys. Come back tomorrow, same time.
And subscribe to our YouTube channel. We need you guys,
of course. To subscribe. And tomorrow we'll be back same time. Tomorrow is Thursday. Tactic Thursdays. Tomorrow's a nice one too. We talk about everything to do with tactics and closing and sales and relationships and all that stuff. So look forward to see you guys tomorrow.
Me too. Ciao, George.
Bye for now, my friends. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, Phil.